Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing all things gingerbread, and for the base color I wanted to do something different, so I went in with pink. I'm using LA Colors and Pink Petals, and over that I put Paparazzi City Sparkle. I'm first going to go to Maniology Plate M171, and I'm going to pick up this gingerbread house here. I'm going to use Maniology Acorn B498 for the pickup. And when I did the Candyland theme, I had used this one because I felt like that top piece looked like icing, so this time I'm using this one. I'll get the extra little bits off here in a second. Now I'm going to go to Maniology Plate M417, and we're going to get some gingerbread people. So these have a layering part, so you apply this image first with whatever color you want the main part of your image to be, and then you pick it up in whatever color. Say if you want to call this like an icing color. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to go ahead and pick this up and place it on the nails, and then I'm going to come back and do something different with the outline. Also, it does have a little gingerbread house here as well, but I'm choosing to use the other one because I just like the little details to it. I like both, but because of what I'm doing across the nails, I'm trying to fit multiple things. But it does have a layering part as well. Now for this pickup, I'm going to use Maniology's Grateful B498. I got this color specifically for my gingerbread images. It just looks like the perfect gingerbread color. So I think what I'm going to do is get this one and this one. I'm going to be doing little things to add to it. So let's just start with her. Okay, having to use my lint roller to get the extra pieces off. Okay, then I'm going to get this one. We're going to do that one. Now I really like this one as well, but I have some other ideas. Okay, I'm going to use my card this time because there's some extra pieces all around him. Okay. Now you could pick up these images in, let's just say white. It look like icing. It looks super cute. But I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I want to like add some other colors. So I'm gonna pick them up in Bam White for Maniology. I'll show you, which is B170, and I want to reverse stamp them a little bit, not completely, but some. And I'll show you now. For their faces, they are not on this image, they are right here. So you can pick out the face you want to put on, which we'll come back to that, but I'll show you just leaning it over. It'd be like that. So still super cute. Okay, Okay, so we're going to get his layering part. I'll show you his as well. Also, if you didn't get to see, this has like so many cute images. So, and this is a layering part, so it's like little cookies. This one layers. I love these mugs. This has like little gingerbread, candy canes, gingerbread houses, little stars. They could be whatever, cookies or whatever you want them to be. Little trees. All of these got their own little layering. I love this little guy. Little gingerbread man in the hot chocolate. This one, oh snap. And this would be a great plate even for winter. This doesn't, in my opinion, have to be a Christmas plate. You can still use this into winter time. Alright, now we're going to Mini LED plate M038 to get this gingerbread image. And I was trying to decide what color am I going to use, because if I color them in brown, I won't pick up in brown. But if I do dark colors, then the peppermints are going to be dark. So I think I'm just going to go to Bam White. And I will reverse stamp the rest. Now I'm trying to get it to go across the image because it has some solid images on there, which I'll show you what I mean in a minute if you don't know what I'm talking about. Let me use my scraper card here. So see how the white is colored in already? So that's what I refer to when I'm calling it a solid image, as to where the rest are open, except for the candy canes. Alright, now we're going to play M400 to pick up this cute little image here. It's like little baby gingerbreads. Gonna go ahead and pick it up in white as well, just because the majority of my pickups are in white, except for the gingerbread house. Now I'm thinking maybe I should have done that in white, but it doesn't have to match perfectly. So we're going to start on reverse stamping, and this is the image I was talking about being in the dark tone. I think I'm going to actually leave it just because for this specific image I like it bringing out extra details, and whatever I color in white will show up with that color, so it'll be okay. Okay, so if I want this kind of the tone of to match the little gingerbread men, and those are on with Grateful, but if I wanted to just use a regular polish for the reverse stamping, I have, which I always use, Nudie, so y'all have seen that one a bunch, and this one is Candy Moyo 957. It doesn't have names, just numbers, so one of these would work just fine. I think I'm going to use Nudie. I think that's the way I'm going. And actually first I think I'm going to do the door, and I'm going to do the door in Paparazzi Retro Remix, and I used this in a recent video, but it just is like the perfect Christmas green to me because it's got that gold in there with it. So I'm going to do the door in that color. And I've mentioned before, but I don't ever, of course, know who's new or anything. But sometimes when I'm trying to decide on a color, I'll just kind of place the stamp over different polish bottles until I can decide which color I want to go with. A lot of times when I'm reverse stamping, I do use my regular polishes, but there are times that I'll go ahead and use my stamping polish. It really just depends on several things. And I guess I might as well go ahead and do the window as well first. So I always, or typically use Pure Ice and Showstopper. Obviously it doesn't matter what yellow you use. This is the one I typically go for, just till I get it finished up. Alright, so now we'll color in the rest of it. So I tend to do the tapping motion to keep the image from lifting under it. Also, sometimes if it's a larger area, I'll change my brush because I'll use the thin one for little areas. Sometimes it just depends on my mood. And I'll kind of lift it to the light to see if I missed anything. And this little piece that I got went over a little bit. I'll just get the dotting tool and push it. And I guess I'll do the chimney in that same color as well. Alright, for the little smoky thing, I'm going to go to Color Vibe in Frosted Petal and just apply a little bit of that. Just going to touch my brush to the nail polish brush. Okay, so just giving it a second to dry. Now I'm going to go over it in Maybelline Serene Steel just to help it show up better against the background color once it's placed down. So it doesn't need much. And for the roof, I'm going to go to LA Colors and go Bright. It's kind of got a yellow tint to it. Instead of using regular white. Kind of going to make it look like, kind of like icing. I'm also going to do it to the top of the chimney. Okay, and for the sucker, I think I'm going to go to Paparazzi in My New Flame. And I actually had gotten those two together for Christmas colors. Now you could really make these not look Christmassy. They could look wintry if you wanted, but since it's Christmas time, I'm kind of trying to make them look a little Christmassy. Alright, so as you can see, there's like some snow area. So I'm going to use Color Vibe in Whiteout just to apply a little bit there to make it look more snowy. Because against the pink, it's not gonna show up well if I use a very light color. And you could bring it down as far as you want, of course. So you can see that little bit of sparkle from that green on the door. So I don't want to do a lot with my little gingerbread people. I'll put this over the black area so you can see it better. But I do want to make her hair blonde. So I'm going back to the same showstopper color I used earlier. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for a minute. We're going to go back to that plate. This time I'm going to use Acorn, and I'm going to pick up this little scarf right here. Since my other stampers are currently occupied, I'm going to my clear one. So typically if you see me use my clear one, that means the purple ones or pink ones, whatever you want to call it, they're really purple to me, are already being used. So I'm going to set this aside for a second. Okay, so I think that'll be dry enough. So I've gotten the red back out, same red I used earlier. And her scarf is going to be that color. Okay, so to get more polish, because if you don't, it will fill up your image. So there's her little scarf. So we'll set that aside to let that dry now. Okay, so here's the thing. You could do so many things. So you could like give them little gloves, even like color their little feet like it's shoes. I think what I'm gonna do is take some green, and it to me looks like she's could be wearing a, oh, let me put it on that part, like wearing a dress. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna give her the green dress. Oh, trying to get it where y'all can see and I can too. Obviously you would not have to do this. Having to move it back up because I can't see. Okay, so I'm going to finish this piece and be back. So I was having to hold it up like this so I could see in the direction of my light to see if I'm missing anything. So that's how she's looking right now. Oh, that's so cute. I love that shimmer. Alright, so we'll set her aside for a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to go ahead and place Gingerbread Man. Don't worry, he's going to get some stuff too. And to do so, I just applied some clear polish. All you need is for it to be tacky enough to lay your image down. Okay, so now I'm going to do this a little bit in steps. I'm going to pick up the Santa hat. and the little buttons and the little bow tie. And I'm going to pick them up in Acorn, but I'm going to do the hat separate. Okay, bad pickup. I'll redo that and be back. But actually what I think I do need to do is go ahead and apply his little buttons. So let's just do that first. Then I can get the other better. Okay, now I want the hat and the bow tie. So I was trying to think if I'm going to do those separate. Let me get the bow tie first. Well, actually, look, the buttons made it on there with it. So I may actually, well, oh, I already added them. Okay, that's all right. Just take them off. Set that aside. Okay, I'm going to get the hat. I'm going to try to get it on the same stamper if I can. So I'll flip my stamper, do it like that. Okay. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, because sometimes doing that will take off the other image, so it kind of just depends. So we'll let these dry for a minute. Okay, so real quick, we'll go ahead and apply the gingerbread house. And gingerbread girl. Okay, so for the little hat, we're going to color the poof area in white. And this would be another part of making it Christmassy versus not, because it does have like this little winter hat on there. So again, you wouldn't have to make it Christmassy. Okay, now I'm going back to that same green for the little bow tie. Okay, hold on, I don't got enough polish. Okay, it's really just needed it at the end of the brush. And now the hat is going to be in the red. And then we'll just set those aside to dry. Alright, so for this one, what I'm going to do is for the candy canes, I'm going to do red. Try to get one I can show you easier. So there's only a little bit of it showing because it's the white part has it colored in. So for every candy cane like this one, I'm going to do the same thing and be back. Okay, and now for every peppermint, the little round ones, we're going to do those in green. Let me get it more polished. So I'll do all those the same way and I'll be back and show you. So what I think I'm going to do is for every solid one, the little buttons, I'm going to color those in with the green as well. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and do the little, I don't know what these little things, it's like little lines. Oh, missed one up here. Then for the ones that are not solid, I'm going to do those lines in the red. So I'll do that on each one and be back. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to add Mr. Gingerbread Man's Santa hat. And little bow tie. Okay, so also I didn't realize, well, I did realize I wasn't thinking it through. I'm going to go ahead and do green on the little solid faces as well, because if I flip it over to look at it, you can just tell it needs all of that, it needs it as well. So I'm going to do that real quick. So I'm going to go back to Nudie to color in the open gingerbread people. I guess I'm making this one, since I did the colors that way, I guess that this one's the girl and the greens are the boy. So it's going to take a minute to do each one. So I'll do one more with you and then I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, so I'll be right back. And while I'm thinking about it, I'll mention to you real quick. So once you finish your polish, if you need more, sometimes it's better just to make one. So, okay, so I used Nudie earlier. When I try to apply it and use it, a new batch on top of it, it doesn't do right. So it's best to like move over to make it just a whole new little pile of it. So this one is done. We'll look at it. Alright, I want to go ahead and apply her little scarf. Okay, last one. So there's some that have like, let me see if I can point to it for you. Like right here, it's got a little heart. So I think with the ones with those, I'm going to color that part in red. So I think for that, I'm just going to do like the middle part. And there's some that are very tiny. Okay, so I'll do all the red ones and be right back. And then if you see, there's some that are like this. They have like a different image to them, like a different outfit. I'm going to do those ones in green. I did just put that one back in the same spot as I had the other green, but that's okay. I don't think that is dried up enough yet. That's when you really start getting it to not want to pick up correctly. Okay, so I have one more and I'll be right back. And I guess some of them are on the naughty list because some of them decided they're not going to wear anything. So we're going to go back to nudie and color in all the rest of it. Do you guys like gingerbread cookies? I like them if they got icing. Okay, so I do need to make a new pile. I can tell now that was getting wonky. So I'll go through and do this on all of them and be right back. And some of these little guys got their little head bit off, partly. Promise, wasn't me, sir. See, those little guys right there got their little head bit off. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and apply their little faces. So I'm going to go ahead and use Bam White for it so it'll show up a little better. This one's going to be hers. Also, you can't really see her scarf too good, so let's, oh, I don't need that one. Let me grab that in the white and we'll place it over. It will not take away from the red. We'll still see the red. It'll just give the lighter colored outline so that we can see it. Or I may have lied. Maybe you can't see the red so much. But that's okay. We're going to live with it. Oh, and then we got to get his face. So, oh, this one, we're getting this one. He's winking. He think he's slick. Alrighty. Okay, so now I've decided I guess I better get his dots in white too. I don't know, friends. There we go. That's better, I think, anyway. Okay, so I'm trying very carefully to add some of the red. Not perfect, but at least you can see some of it. Okay, so let me just show you real quick. I was originally going to put this image on the thumbnail, but it is not all going to fit. Now, yes, these are similar in size. However, to me, this one looks like it's going to fit it better. And I think I can stretch it to fit across it versus this one is not going to, I don't think it's going to do right. So I think I'm going to have to put this one on this pinky and this one on the thumb. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean by stretching it. Let me flip it, it's going to be easier for me, I think. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top, and I'm push, 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 all the way to the end. Then I'm rolling side to side to get all of it on there. And that is how you can typically stretch images. Now sometimes they won't. Like this one, like I said, I think this one would have kind of not worked right, but since I could tell this one would do better, that's why I swapped. Okay, and this one. And also I can tell, I don't know, I should have picked this up in Grateful, so that instead of having the white gingerbreads, they would have been the brown. But since I already got it, I'm not going to be able to fit all this anyway. I'm going to concentrate on getting mostly the brown ones, so it'll be okay anyway. Just get a little tiny bit of the rest of them. But if I were to redo that, I would pick them up in Grateful. Because again, like, just to have those two in that tone. But it worked out. We only got like a little bit of that guy on there. I wonder if I can fit this one. Oh, I did. Oh, I fit him, guys. Yay, that worked. Actually, I still got a couple peppermints. Let's see if I can put that on there. No, it's already... Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Alright, and last thing I want to do is I'm going to go to this plate from Amazon. I'm going to take straight up white. I want to get this image. And it's kind of going to be like icing. I have to get off the extra pieces here. Alright, and I want to place it, I'm flipping it, I'm going to place it at the bottom of the gingerbread nails. Like so. Okay, I'm going to do that with this one as well. And I like this one in particular, so I'm cleaned it off to reuse that one. I didn't get that one well. I waited too long, so I'm going to redo it and be back. Alright. I had saw something on my stamper, started trying to clean off, and then waited too long. So same thing, I'm going to flip it. Okay, and that's it, friends. That is our gingerbread theme. So we got the little cookies over here, little baby cookies. Some are wearing their little green outfit, some wearing the red outfit, and some are just in the birthday suit. Some got a little nibble off their head. Got our lady gingerbread here with her pretty hairstyle. She has her little green dress on and her red scarf to bring in the Christmas colors with her little icing at the bottom. Then we have their gingerbread house that has their little green door, their little red pot sucker, the little smoke coming out the top, and it's got its snow, so I didn't add the icing to the bottom. And then our gingerbread gentleman, he's got his Santa hat on, ready for the holidays with his little bow tie. and his little icing at the bottom. And then we got the rest of our little gingerbread cookies that decided to also not wear anything, with their little peppermints, their green peppermints, and their red candy canes. So this was fun. I loved the pink, because y'all know I love my pink. It did end up being longer than I expected, but it's the way it came together. I do like it. So I do appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so very much, and I will list all of the Maniology products I did use in the description box. And until the next one, have a blessed day, friends. Bye.